It has been an absolutely terrible week for Facebook. Facebook's been embroiled in a hearing with a whistleblower criticising it for many, many ills, including the algorithm leading to very dangerous things for younger people and for everyone, really. Then it suffered an absolutely huge outage, which left Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp out of action for 5 hours. So, terrible week.
So yeah, I mean, this has been not the best week, shall we say, for Facebook or WhatsApp or Instagram users. So what actually happened? This wasn't a security incident, was it?
No, it wasn't. I think I should be asking you that question, Davey, because you're the kind of technical one in the group who explained this very well earlier. And I think it's down to you to do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you the very, very short version. Facebook modified a configuration file that tells the internet whether it exists or not. It made an error and told the internet it doesn't exist anymore. Fine, you can then just correct that file, send that out and say, oh, hello, internet, we do exist. Unless your infrastructure is such that to be able to then edit that file and make the correction, your authentication comes through Facebook servers, which don't exist anymore. And so that's fine. So you could then get into the server room and do it manually, apart from the fact that the smart locks on those server room doors use, you've guessed it, Facebook authentication. So it was a bit of a comedic sketch.
So I guess, you know, we've seen the term #DeleteFacebook trending every so often over the last few years. Who would have thought that for 6 hours at least, it would be Facebook that deleted Facebook? I guess on a serious point, the outage has almost been the bigger news story of the week because of the number of people that are impacted. But really, the really big story is what's going on with whistleblower and some of the implications around the algorithm and whether Facebook has always been open and truthful about what it's been saying to lawmakers and regulators at various times in various places around the world. I guess for me, what's interesting is that the news cycle changed, right? The news this week on Facebook should all have been around the algorithm and engagement and the impact on children and the rest of it, but the outage turned up coincidentally at the same time, and that was the news story. We know in politics, you know, you bury really bad news by putting out some less bad news, and it was just interesting timing.
Yeah, that's very true. People like to release bad news on a Friday afternoon as well, because that's the time that people really aren't looking at it, isn't it? So who knows what happened, but from the point of kind of security and privacy, it really has, both incidents really shone a light on the power and control that Facebook has, the impact that it has on everybody's lives, and the impact that this has had on advertisers as well, because this has affected their revenues, which were already suffering from Apple's anti-tracking stuff, and really kind of how addictive it can be for people who are using the platform and how easy it is to click on those ads without kind of really even knowing it. It's a dangerous time.
It's been costly, hasn't it, as well, for Facebook?
Yeah, it has. Their share price shot down. I mean, I think they're already taking a bit of a hammering after what's been happening earlier in the week, that this is just, you know, there's a single point of failure. That's not good. People can't use 3 of the services for 5 hours. You know, it's going to impact people, and it's going to put that in their heads, because it's the users that are the ones that, you know, impact the service itself and the service's popularity. People can say stuff about Facebook, but that's very much kind of politics. And for people, you know, who know about what's going on and who care about regulation, you can't use a service. That's, you know, when the people who make the money for Facebook start mattering.